sure is hot, hotter than a pepper sprout. It wasn't until I moved here that I came to understand that a handkerchief, bandana, is not just a fashion statement or a hot little accessory on a cool hand Luke type that he can have in his back pocket on his shapely behind. It is in fact a very practical thing that I need to use on a daily, because it's always hot and I'm always sweating, and especially on humid days like today. Oh, and also I'm trying to save money. Even though I am a super rich billionaire heiress, I am trying to save money on electricity and air conditioning, at least till I get the blackout curtains installed. So until then, I'm trying to turn off the AC a little bit, at least because we're about to head out, so you can hear baby panting below, suffering. I'm suffering. No, I'm not really. I promise to never complain about the heat or the sun, so I'm not complaining. I'm just dabbing, drinking some Coke. Coca-Cola company, if you hear me, you should endorse me. You should endorse me. I love your product. I'm sure you love me. It could be a beautiful business partnership. Sometimes people, choose to endorse a product just because they honestly love it without being paid. And the funny thing is sometimes the brand or the company doesn't want to be associated with them for different reasons. For example, one of my idols, Kendra Wilkinson Bassett, I believe her name is now that she's married, but I'm living in the past. I'm living back to where she was just Playboy bunny and not a free lady, basically. Or, free woman. I mean, she was living in the Playboy man. She was a free woman. She was a free bunny in the wild. And I feel we have a lot in common, or like to think that, and I'd love to meet her and hug her and kiss her and whatnot. But she's very genuine, and she endorsed Olive Garden a lot. She couldn't, she's like, it's the best Italian food, probably better than the food they have in Italy. Just Olive Garden is the shit. It's her soul food, her comfort food, whatever. And apparently, and she said this repeatedly on The Girls Next Door. And apparently, Olive Garden wasn't sure to take it as a compliment, or they were kind of guarded and a little hesitant, apprehensive, because they want to be connected with, like, I don't know, wholesome family values or some BS, and they thought that maybe Kendra wasn't a part of that, since she was at the time working, if you can call it that. It was quite a lot of leisure, but partying, having fun, chilling out as a Playboy bunny. I mean, what is wrong with bunnies? Children love bunnies. And cool haunted mansions and walking around in pajamas and all the excitement one can imagine. Anyhow, oh yeah, I was just gonna say, see, the heat is going to my head. I was just gonna say, this is, today, I guess you could say the theme is badass. So, one badass I adore is Pamela Anderson. So therefore, I'm applying Viva Mac 5, an homage to Pamela Anderson. Pamela, please don't take away your barbed wire tattoo. Please don't do that. Don't do it. It's the badass. It's the badass in you. Badass never grows old or goes out of style. And what else? Another badass, Paris Hilton. Anybody who can be themselves, instead of being who others think they should be, society expects them to be, is badass in my book. especially if they're hot. The hotter you are, well, you don't have to be hot to be a badass, but it gives you a lot of extra points. And being a badass can make you hot, and yeah, it's just too complicated to explain right now that the heat has entered my brain. Another badass, Shannon Doherty, if I'm saying that right. I learn a lot of words and wisdom by reading and not hearing, so sometimes I don't know how to pronounce it. Also, I was gone from America for 20 years, so I do have an excuse. Although you can call me a dumb blonde if you like, if you want to mess with God and the truth. So, this, you know, I'm going to take baby, go get an ice cream sundae, I believe. Maybe some other yummy junk food, fast food, and I can open up that book. We won't go through my bag today. It's just too big. Transparent though it may be, we're too hot, and oh yeah, I cut off my shirt. Like, one tip is if you're gonna cut off your shirt, you don't have to, you know, no big deal. You just need a pair of scissors. You don't have to be careful in any way. The only thing is it's hard to cut off parts when it's on you. That usually turns into big chunks that looks like a monster bit you. It's not so cool. So I do try to do it, and I do succeed sometimes, but usually I have to take the goddamn shirt off, cut, put it on, and so on. But anyway, this is, you know, I guess, you know, I took a little much on this shoulder, perhaps, whatever. You know, just go with the flow. That's the way I believe creativity works. You don't really know what's going on. I've got my Playboy bling, got my juicy bling, booty bling. Oh yeah, and I don't have high heels on because we're gonna walk like a while. So, you know, I don't wanna, I'm new, I'm a beginner to heels. I like being a beginner to many things, you know what I mean? Keeps it interesting, keeps things interesting. So I like, if I suck at something, I'm like, hell, that's gonna be my new interest. You know, if it's something cool or badass. So anyway, let me show you my shoes. They're really awesome. Ugh, can you, oh fuck. I'm really flexible. That was just a hard balance pose. But anyway, my shoes, I don't know if you saw, but they're big jewels on them. Like rose-colored jewels, very bling, even if they are flat. And I think Paris would have approved. Paris would approve. So basically, have a badass day.